And it's fair to say the Great British Summer has up until now failed to make a great entrance, with wetter and chillier weather than we might have been hoping for. Temperatures have been well below the seasonal average, and some parts of the country, including parts of North Yorkshire and also London, have already experienced more than twice the average rainfall for July, causing a good deal of wet weather delays at Wimbledon at the start of the month. But it looks like summer is finally here, at least briefly, as schools start to break up across England and Wales. The weather has turned drier and warmer, with temperatures predicted to hit 30 across parts of the UK. So what's that, mid-80s Fahrenheit? So today we're asking if you're thankful for the change in our meteorological fortunes, or if it's simply too hot. Are you just the one person in your group of friends or your family who doesn't like this, and you feel you can't say it because you feel like you're sort of the party pooper? We'll talk in a moment to Vicky Carpenter, voice coach, who thinks everything is better when it's warm. But first, Mike Parry, journalist. You really don't like the heat, Mike, do you?
Oh, it's not that I don't like it. It makes me physically ill. I mean, people don't understand this. You know, I can't breathe in heat. I can't walk very far. I'm not joking. If I've got to go more than about 20 or 30 yards in this, I'll just call a black cab. And I don't care how far the cab's got to take me. I'll pay the driver extra money just to get to where I'm going. It really is very, very painful, honestly. I know people think, you know, I'm moaning and misery guts because the weather's out. But I just can't live in this sort of weather. And I don't think society copes with people like me. Most people like the weather. I can't stand the weather. I go out with a group of friends for lunch. I have to arrange where I'm sitting in the shade and they're all sitting out in the sun. So I'm usually at the end of a long table under the shade. They're all the other end. It makes your life a misery. And why don't the government have payments for people for hot weather? We have cold weather payments, right, which are designed to help people when the weather's cold and the problems it brings. What about hot weather? People do pass out in hot weather. I have to pay for expensive air conditioning in my properties to make my life comfortable. I don't get any grant for that. I should get a grant for that.
OK, let me bring in Vicky.
My life is miserable.
Understood. Vicky, what about that? He's not enjoying it.
Well, I think I can cool Mike down indoors and outdoors if he'll listen.
Yes, of course.
Even
Thank
when
you.
the temperature's soaring, and I prefer the Fahrenheit to the other thing. I still haven't worked that out. But firstly, I mean, where does he live? Is he in one of those modern buildings?
No, I live in Surrey, Stockpoker Belt.
He's in a penthouse.
Oh, right, because if he wants to come and join me in Hampstead in this flat, it's freezing. I've got my cashmere on at the moment.
Are you air conditioned there, Vicky?
Oh no, I don't. I hate air conditioning. I can't stand it.
But it may be your body's just regulating itself better. It sounds like with Mike as if something's trapped.
It is cold here.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing is you can switch off the heating. The heating is so bad for you. And actually, in the winter, when I put the heating on, if you turn it off, it's freezing again. But this, I was cold
Mike,
this morning.
You feel there's almost social pressure not to complain, right? Because we get so few hot days.
Of course,
I think it's perspectives. I think it's perspectives. I think maybe also with Mike, there might be a psychological. I mean, maybe he thinks we all turn into hedonists, and that's
No, I don't. Listen, 20 years. 20 years ago, I had a bit of a heart condition. Ever since then, although that kind of picked up, it's been a nightmare. Now, I know people call me a Grinch. I've got a place on the coast, okay? And I really celebrate for the people who earn their living from sunshine, the people who run the fairgrounds and the boats and all that kind of stuff. It's just not for me. And I can't understand why other people won't accept that I do not go out in the sun. I can't. If they say, oh, come out and join us, no, I'm not going out in the sun. I was in central London today and I saw a load of people sitting on the top deck of an open top bus. I mean, I couldn't do that. I would die if I was sitting on the top of an open.
If you wore a hat?
Even with a hat.
You're rushing around on buses. Why don't you come and visit me in Hampstead? First of all, you mentioned the breathing. I can help you with the deep breathing. Most people...
No, I don't think you can.
You wouldn't be able to breathe on your own.
How would you help him, though?
If you took let me tell you, if you took a deep breath now, I know you would raise your shoulders and your chest. You don't breathe like that. If you came to see me with London Voice, even doctors get it wrong, yoga teachers get it wrong. If you came to me, I'd cool you right down. First of all, you'd be in this freezing flat. It's a pier in lovely high ceilings. Secondly, we would do some nice deep breathing together.
You can't do deep breathing when you're on your hands and knees, crawling because the beating...
So she's not inviting you for that reason.
Some pictures of you, and you're wearing dark suits. You should be wearing light suits. And also,
that's in the winter. That's in the winter.
You mentioned something about insulation. Well, you can insulate with the cool, with the robes. Have you ever thought about those Middle Eastern lovely robes?
What about that?
No, I don't live in the Middle East. The point is I have to have air conditioning machines to make sure I can actually survive. You don't understand. I'm under threat from this sort of hot weather. I even have to have special glasses to stop my eyeballs getting sunburnt, okay? That's how bad it is. I have to wear a Panama hat. My skin literally crawls if the sun gets onto it. It is a very, very unpleasant and unfortunate environment for me when the sun's out like this. I hope everybody else joins it, but don't expect me to join in.
Thank you very much, Mike and Vicky. Well, that's going to be an appointment.